Hey, hey, Aaron, what are you doing here, man?
Come here often?
Every week, I show up here and there you are. And I just got a notification that we are live, and I wanted to load that in because if people comment or show up, I'll be able to see it there. We also show comments here as well. So
Yeah, for sure.
So how you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing well.
Good, good. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm looking out my window. Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous outside. So you're doing well today. The weather outside is well today, but I see. Okay, now we've got two people watching. I don't want to bury the lead because people get notified that we're on and then they jump on, and so at first there's not a lot of folks. But I wanted to make some announcements about our worship services.
Yeah.
In December. But I do like to do this at the start of what we're doing because some people don't make it past like 45 seconds.
I can't put up with these guys any longer.
I know exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and say it now. We have no idea, other than we will be worshiping virtually this coming Sunday. Really don't know how things are going to go this month. We are keeping a close eye on the Indiana numbers. Our bishop has requested churches to not worship in person until the numbers go down, but he has not told us what criteria. So it's up to us to really take a look at that and look at our county as well. However, the one thing that I have read in several places is that the two places where they think COVID-19 is really spreading are from family gatherings and churches.
Mm-hmm.
So we really want to be good citizens. We want to be part of the solution. We want to do no harm. And so I just share that just to let you guys know to keep an eye out. If you're wondering if we're having services on Sunday, check the stpaul.life website. We're going to get a little bit more on stpaul.life on some changes there. But check it out. There's a place called Service Information right there on the front page. You don't even have to be a member. Anyone can go there and click on that and see what we're planning for that Sunday. And if I know in advance, I will let people know in advance. For Christmas Eve, we're still planning on having Christmas Eve service. We're not sure exactly what that would look like. It may be gathering outside, but not like in chairs and sitting and watching. We might try to make it a little bit more. Would you say interactive?
Yeah, interactive. Yeah.
Yeah, make it fun. Make it maybe even a new tradition. Who knows? So we're working on that, and we want to be able to celebrate this season. My newsletter article, which just came out today, I called it the virus who stole Christmas, or how the virus stole Christmas, or something like that. And at the end, I said, just like the Grinch discovered that he could not steal Christmas from the Who's, I think it's up for us to prove that the virus can't steal Christmas from us.
Amen.
And so we will celebrate one way or the other. And we're just so glad that we will be celebrating with you.
Yeah.
All right. So we actually talked about this show before we started. But I can't remember what we said would be next.
Maybe a couple announcements.
Yes. Yeah. So feel free. Go ahead.
Yeah. So one announcement we definitely want to talk to everyone about is our angel tree. We want to bring that up because we put up a virtual angel tree on the St. Paul Life website. A few of those deliveries, I suppose you would say, deliveries to the church actually need to be fulfilled by December 9th. And so, that's about a week from today.
Yeah.
That's a week from today. Yeah. So I really encourage you to go check that out, especially, those first couple of names that will be due by December 9th. Because we definitely want to make sure we can get all of those done, as well as the rest of the 66 names that we have.
And I'll also mention that we've had someone that has donated some funds anonymously, but we need some shoppers. So if you're like, hey, I love to shop. I mean, even if you're doing, even if you have your own angel tree ornament, there's some opportunity to shop for some other kids as well, or individuals. So we'll throw that out. Let Carol Anderson know at Carol with a K, Carol at stpaulbloomington.org.
Yeah.
So we also have Advent resources, or at least one written by our own.
Written by some guy off the street.
Aaron Taylor. And that is the Aaron Taylor. No relation to Andy, as far as I know. But Aaron Taylor wrote this, and we have a more of an actual book, an ebook, and also if you want to view it, the web version, you can do that as well.
Yeah.
So what other? Oh, and I was also going to bring up that here you can see the worship service information, and we will keep that up to date as soon as we know things. We'll put it there, so you can always check that out. So where else are we heading now?
Just one more announcement. So on top of the Advent resources we have there, we actually have my book is less of a devotional, more of like a family sort of meal type template.
Yeah, it's very active. Very active with music.
It's a very interactive guide. It gives you basically this weekly gathering type setup to do throughout Advent. But if you're looking for something, in the more day-to-day devotional type thing, I do know we have several devotionals at the church that we can get to you. Once again, if you want to contact Carol by either calling the church or by emailing her at Carol, Karol, at stpaulbloomington.org, and she'd be happy to get one of those to you.
Safely get one to you.
Safely get one.
Yes. Yeah. And I do hope that everyone watching this is safe and healthy and feeling good. And I hope and pray that your family is as well. Yeah. So we've mentioned quite a bit about stpaul.life, and there's a reason for that. Mm-hmm. Our mission at St. Paul United Methodist Church that I do not bring up nearly enough is our mission is to make disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. So it is about making disciples. It's about transforming the world, making disciples of Jesus, I should say, transforming the world. And our vision statement is creating communities of faith, hope, and love, or actually through faith, hope, and love.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of a pandemic. So both of those things have been kind of difficult to do. However, stpaul.life is one of the tools that we believe will help us to do both. Yeah. And so we are asking for your help. And here's what I'm asking you to do. All right, and I'll just get to it, and then we'll take a little bit of some things that we can do at stpaul.life. I'm asking you, if you're an active Facebook user, before you go onto Facebook, go to stpaul.life and just click this. Make sure you sign up, and you're actually join some groups. We have a variety of groups, so join groups that makes sense to you. I would highly recommend joining the St. Paul prayers. We have about 22 folks in there, and you can post your prayer concerns. I go there every single day in the morning, and I use that as my prayer list. Mm-hmm. I've got a prayer list, my Bible, but this is a place I go every single day, and I pray for those prayers. And so if you want me to pray for something and others, that is a great place to go. But before you go on Facebook, just go to stpaul.life. After you sign up for groups, you can click on the news feed up there at the top. I might make this full screen. If I can figure out where my mouse is. There we go. Oh, it's on the wrong screen. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. And so click on the news feed and you can see like the activity that's been taking place. And what I've done today is I've created a couple of new groups. One is St. Paul videos. And this is a group that where we can put videos such as the Sunday morning worship service.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to try to find it on YouTube or Facebook. You can actually know that you can go to stpaul.life and go to this group, and it will be there. Also, go put the DNA show there. So if you forget to watch and you forget where it is, you can go to stpaul.life. Another group,
Netflix of all things St. Paul.
Well, that's true. That's true. And there might be some other stuff too. There might be some surprises. There might be things there that's really nowhere else.
Right.
I also put a Bible study. And if you're interested in Bible study, this would be a place. We're doing it in the discussion area. And the first one is an Advent study. And this is week 1. And I think we will go through at least the first 2 chapters of Luke, which actually covers the birth of Jesus. And so I've put on a little bit of Luke chapter 1. That's not the whole chapter. That's part of it. And then I have basically some instructions and then some questions, and you can respond. Make sure you subscribe. As you can see, I am subscribed. That's why it says unsubscribe. And then you can reply, and we can have a little Bible study online. And you don't have to worry about what time it is. You don't have to worry about getting to a place. You can do it whenever it works into your schedule. And also, I'll show you this little spinny thing down here. This is a chat. And whomever's online, it will show up here. See, right there's Aaron. And if I want to, I can click on that and I can have a conversation with Aaron, which I do from time to time. And it's just another way to connect. If our vision and purpose is to create community and to deepen discipleship, stpaul.life is a place where I believe that can take place. And again, what we are asking is that you head here before you do your Facebook stuff. Now, if you don't like Facebook or you're not on Facebook, well, you know what? It just gives you more time to spend on stpaul.life.
Yeah. Because when we think about, that vision statement of creating communities of faith and hope and love, you have to ask yourself, well, what is a community? A community isn't a building. Community isn't a website, isn't anything like that. A community is a group of people. And so What we need to really make St. Paul Life a community, which is what we designed it to be, is we need people to get on there and get active. Looks like we have an excellent question from Rhiannon. Yes, I said it right this time. I finally got it. Every time Claude always tells us, it's like the famous singer. And David and I were thinking about the other day, we're like, which famous singer? And then it finally came to me, and I was like, Rihanna. I was like, that makes sense. So there we go, Rihanna. Rihanna. Yeah, there we go. I finally think I've done it right.
To answer the question,
yes,
I cannot remember. So Rhiannon, if you get on there and you try, it should be. I'll show you where it is. I'll show you where it is since she's asking. If you go up to your profile and go down, it says groups, and right down there it says create group. That's one place. Another place that it might be is if you click on groups, you might have a thing up here that says create a group. If not, let me know, and I can make sure that is a possibility. I think the answer is yes, but since I'm an administrator, I don't know if that's why I have those or not. So there's some homework for you.
If not, let us know, and we will make sure that you can create groups.
Yes. But I think a women's group would be great.
Yes, absolutely.
And again, it's a place to connect and also deepen discipleship. So, I mean, there are courses on there that you can go through, but I thought maybe having like a text Bible study, in the discussion area might be helpful as well. So again, what we're asking for you to do is basically go there before you go to Facebook. And Aaron, you said you had on what every morning or every day, and what's your normal practice?
So my normal practice is, so I check my email a couple of times throughout the day at set times, because if I don't, then I'll get swept away in email by just looking at it and incessant, almost like addictively rechecking my email on my phone, and just like like going back to the fridge as if there's going to be more food or something there. But so I check throughout the day so I don't get stuck on email all day. But every time I go and check my email, now I've made it a point to also go check the news feed at St. Paul Life to see what new has happened, that I could go on and interact with. So and right now, we have like 40 something members, so there's not like way too much, so like it's overwhelming. Like I can get through everything if there's something new within a pattern of 5 minutes and stay really connected with everything that's happening. So
yeah, and the news feed will only list those groups that you're a part of.
Yes.
So it's not like you're going to get everything from every group. It's just the group that you have joined.
Yeah. There's no ads.
There's no ads.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mildred knows. She's been on. She's used it. She's used it. And there's no ads. There's not a lot of things to keep you distracted. And there's not a lot of, well, hopefully it stays this way. There's not any of the negative stuff. So hopefully with the Bible studies and a place for prayer, and we can encourage one another, because that's so important. We cannot deepen our discipleship alone. We need one another. We need to be encouraged at times and challenged. And this is a place where I think it can happen. Yeah. And so, but
oh, go ahead.
I said, but it takes the folks of St. Paul to come in and say, hey, we want to connect with each other. And the cool thing is, when I see someone for first hour connecting with someone from second hour,
right,
and someone from second hour connecting with someone from first hour,
yeah.
And you might not know each other, but one thing you can know is that at this point, at least, if you are on stpaul.life, it will be someone from our community of faith.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I'll add an addition there. Once again, we want to be a community of faith, hope, and love. And you said, there's not all that negative stuff on there, which is, also kind of the point, because where else are you getting a sort of daily dose of the faith and hope and love that we have, in Jesus and in our church community? Because, I think about most of the stuff that I'm faced with on a day-to-day basis, and it seems like faith and hope and love are a prized commodity that that you don't come by on a daily basis. But I do when I get to interact with folks from St. Paul. And folks that the Holy Spirit is guiding into our lives.
And this might end up being a real gift because we're in the middle of a pandemic. It's a little harder to connect face to face. And, while I don't say that this is the same thing, it's different. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. And it doesn't mean that it can't add value to our lives and actually help us in our desire to become more like Jesus. So give it a shot. If you have any questions or any comments or anything, just let us know. If there's something like Rhiannon did, if there's something that you're like, hey, could we add this? Could we do this? The answer is, well, we might actually be able to. And, we do have some groups on Facebook, and we try to go through there, but, there's just so many distractions and so much other stuff that we thought, well, maybe it's time to just create this little area on the internet for St. Paul. And again, stpaul.life, because it is about life and life abundant. So what else do we have, Aaron?
I think that's about it.
I think so too.
We're running out of time.
It is. We did
sit here and do this all day if we had to, but
well, we could, and we have. No, we could. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a great day. And if you see me online on stpaul.life, just send a message. And if I'm actually at my keyboard, I'll probably respond. All right. Well, blessings, everyone. Have a great day.
Blessings.